This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is October 20th, 2022. We're performing a video reinspection of the sewer line through the 4-inch cast iron cleanout on the right hand side of the house, and this is after hydrojetting. Again, we are at 8838 Horner Street, Horner Street, Los Angeles, California. Just going to wipe our camera lens off real quick. Try and get a good clear picture. Okay, and we are on the right hand side of the house. This is facing the backyard, and this is facing out toward the street. This is our 4-inch cast iron cleanout. We're going to set the camera right at the opening and zero out our camera monitor. We get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're going to begin pushing through. The cast iron has some buildup and scaling, which is common for older cast iron. Then we're going to transition to vitreous clay. We transition to the vitreous clay back a little ways. That's cast iron. Kind of hard to see, it's a short run. And then we transition to the vitreous clay right here. So we're going to continue to push in now. We're in the property sewer line from the clean out to the sidewalk area. Holding a little bit of water here. Can't really see the joints. Can't see the bottom of that joint real well. Can't see if there's any problems. But we do have an offset at the next joint. This joint's holding back the water, and it is broken. There's a very large piece right there from about the 7 o'clock area to about the 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock area that's broken all the way across. I'm going to jump over that area. Looks like we have a crack in the pipe about 2 inches inside the edge of that pipe where it goes into the hub. And we'll blow that up and take a good look at it on the laptop at the office. It's a slight crack. Here we have another crack. Looks like we have a little tiny hole right there at about the 5 o'clock area. Possibly, or it could be just scale that's broken off. We'll take a good look at that as well on the laptop. We'll blow it up. See it a lot easier. We do have an offset here, and there is a crack inside the hub there, just past the face of the pipe, and there's an offset there as well. I'm going to continue to push in. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Going toward the next joint. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Heading toward the next joint, we have a little bit of an offset, not terrible. But jump over that easy enough. Running out toward the front yard, toward the sidewalk area. That joint's got a tiny bit of an offset, but again, not terrible. There was some root intrusion in there. There's still some remnants there around the pipe where there was quite a bit of root intrusion before we hydrojetted. We have a little bit, possibly a little bit of remnants of roots in that joint. Appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, though. Doesn't appear to be too bad. That next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Next joint coming up, we have a fairly large offset, a pretty good offset, holding back a little bit of water. Going to try and jump over that area. Got a lot of root remnants in this joint. There was a lot of roots in this joint. This was pretty well packed. And there's still some root remnants at the top. We don't want to overdo it and end up blowing out the joints. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, as does the next joint. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint had quite a bit of roots in it, a little bit of root remnants left, and the joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition though. A little bit of an offset here in this joint, and there was pretty large roots in this joint. You can see at the top at about the 1 o'clock area, there's still remnants up there. They were pretty thick. They were difficult to get through. So they breached the joint, and they will continue to grow. Hydrojetting is a band-aid to get by for a while. Right here, this area is broken pretty badly. See, it's cracked pretty much all the way around.
Let me get to this inspection. But
that's at the test tee on the front yard area. And then we transition to our 4 to 6 inch city lateral transition at the sidewalk area. We're going to continue to run in the lateral. Joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Next joint looks like we have a slight crack at about maybe the 9 o'clock area. We'll take a good look at it. We got a little offset in there, but not terrible. As I said, we're going to blow all this up at the office on the laptop, and we'll take a good look. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint has a little bit of an offset there. Had some root intrusion, but still appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Still running in toward the city sewer. That joint has a little offset and possibly a crack at about the 3 o'clock area, but I think that may be just markings within the pipe. Take a good look at that as well. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Next joint's holding back a little bit of water, small offset. Again, nothing to be concerned about. Another joint, small offset, but still fair and maintainable condition. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well, as does that joint. Joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition there. Have an offset in that joint. Still appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Fairly large offset in this joint. A lot of concrete slag. And there was a lot of root intrusion in here, I believe. We'll take a good look. Making our turn. We have a gap on that left side. Pretty large gap and offset in the saddle fitting. This is the tie-in to the city sewer. We're seeing probably about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of that fitting where it should be aligned with the pipe. And then our city sewer tie-in connection is at approximately 74 feet 6 inches on the camera monitor. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection. We're just going to pull our camera back now. We've already viewed all of the joints. We have a large offset right there, Jeremy, at the saddle. See it? Right here, you can see the whole face of the pipe pretty much.
That shouldn't be.
No. That should be lined up. This right here should be back here. Yeah, just shifted. But they could put a top hat liner over it. And then that joint, too, a little bit of an offset right there. That one's not as bad as the saddle. The saddle's a little bit more critical.
The saddle is the area between the two connections.
Yeah. Okay, we're pulling back. Most of the vitreous clay lateral appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Our biggest issues were in the property sewer line. So we're pulling back now toward the sidewalk area again. And you'll be able to see the breaks. Now we're in the property sewer line. And you can see here it's broken all the way around. There's a lot of breaks. Broken pretty badly right there. Pull back. We have large root intrusion. There's still some really large roots up here. We blew them back to the joint, but we can't go any further. We can't try and chew them up anymore. We're going to blow that joint out. Minor offset there, holding back some water, but not terrible. A little offset there, fairly substantial offset. We're hitting the face of it right there. That's holding back a little bit of water. Another break here. There's a whole chunk from this point right there to there. That whole piece is ready to pop out. It's holding back water in here too. Making our turn. And we're coming back toward our clean out. Now we're coming back into cast iron and up and out of our mainline sewer clean out that is on the right hand side of the house. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection. Thank you.